He was crowned, of course, the winner of X Factor in 2009 and is now the champion of a new winter sports television contest which has just finished called The Jump. Joe McElderry, I'm talking about, one of 12 contestants who competed against each other in 6 winter sporting disciplines, including a live ski jump in Austria. And although he can ski, he told me that it was a big challenge. When I spoke to him, he explained that he wasn't even down to be part of the Jump television programme.
I was on holiday. Having a nice ski trip with family and friends, and I knew one of the girls off the production team. She knew I was in Austria on holiday and they needed somebody because everybody was getting injured, so she phoned us and she was like, can you be here within an hour?
So you weren't on the reserve list?
Not at all, not at all, but basically I think they just needed somebody that was kind of good enough at skiing to not need a month and a half's worth of training. And she's like, can you do this, can you do that, can you do this? And I was like, well, I think so. I don't really know. And I literally, within an hour, there was a call there. I got there, and 7 o'clock the next day, I was in the competition, racing on the giant slalom.
Weren't you concerned though that there were so many injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I was, because obviously the tour's upcoming, and I didn't want to have any broken bones or anything, or twisted knees or anything. But I think it was such a fun show to be a part of, and it's one of them things. If you think you're going to be injured, you probably are going to be. But I just kind of didn't think about that and was safe, but gutsy with it, you know, and went for all of the stuff. And I think if you have confidence in it and don't panic, I think a lot of injuries come from panicking about the sport and then the overthinking of it. So I just kind of went for it.
And nobody seemed to be more surprised than you when you won.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at the playback and I kind of didn't really look that bothered, but I was just so numb, nerves-wise, of doing that big jump. I didn't really know how to react. I was a bit like, wow, you know.
But that wasn't the most terrifying part, you said.
Yeah, the skeleton. Doing the skeleton, my skeleton run wasn't actually shown on TV, but I recorded it and filmed it and everything and had to compete as if I was doing it.
Just remind us what that is.
Basically, what I can explain it as, it's like a dinner tray. It's like a dinner tray with rails on the bottom. You go down, you lie with your hands back and your head forward. Your chin's probably about, what, 12 centimetres off the ground, and you're hurtling down this ice run at about 75 to 80 miles an hour with no brakes, and you're just hitting off the walls, your helmet hits off the walls. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
You must be quite fearless, really, Joe.
Well, a lot of family and friends were quite surprised because I'm normally I'm fearless in my job, I'm fearless in my singing job, and I'll take on risks and I'll do things like that. But in terms of anything else, I'm quite safety conscious and I'm quite cautious. So I think a lot of people, fans as well, and people who know me up from TV and things, probably wouldn't expect me to be as gutsy and fearless as that, but I didn't have time to think about it. And when there's a camera crew there, all waiting for you to do it, you don't have a choice.
So you seem to be cornering the market then in reality/talent shows. So you won X Factor,
yeah.
You won Pop Star to Opera Star,
yeah.
And now you've won The Jump. You must be fiercely competitive under all that, Joe.
I do love it. I am quite competitive, and I thrive under pressure. I don't mind pressure. I take it on the chin and I work with it. I feel like a lot of people work their best under pressure, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I mean, when I do something, I commit to it and I give 110%. And I did the same with the other 2 shows as I did with The Jump. And I think that must just, and you know, as well, the other 2 are obviously public vote, and I have an incredibly supportive fan base, which definitely helps when it's the public vote shows. But something like this, I just tried my hardest, you know, and I give it my absolute all when I did it.
There we go, Joe McElderry, and he talked about a very, very supportive fan base, and here you are, listening out for him. Julia has just tweeted, I'm listening over in Spain. Well, you've got more to come, Joe McElderry, and if you're from our neck of the woods, he is coming to the Stockport Plaza, which is one of my favourite theatres, of course, in this neck of the woods, as you know, on May the 10th. More from him, though, coming up.
BBC Radio